impressing anyone. You're kind of macho fun. Not impressing anyone. You're kind of macho fun. No, Tommy, I don't.
How would you know?
Hey, okay, that was the shortest song of all time. The one before it was regular-sized length. This Is the Norm, originally done by the Stupids and performed there by the Hard Ons, and that little burst there was, well, I think it was the Stupids trying to get going on the Ramones. Let's go. But Blackie and Ray from the Hard Ons are here. Maybe you can answer the question.
No, it's just this 1 second song that the Stupids made up, that everyone played.
Oh yeah, it wasn't them just about to launch off on the Ramones song there?
No, it's a little thing called Fun.
Fair enough. Hey, although this is billed as sort of a, well, it's a tour souvenir record, isn't it? There's no cheese, 10-inch, yellow vinyl. I mean, there's a lot of gimmicks about it, but you actually don't combine together and play really on it, do you? You and the Stupids?
We played a couple of songs where Tommy sang.
Right.
So there's a slight combination there.
How come you didn't sort of decide to do any songs together as a band?
Well, because it was really sort of like, it was a spur of the moment idea, and like that's all we could do. Like it took us, you know,
long enough picking up the songs to play.
Yeah, it took us hours.
So how did you decide what to play? I mean, you decided, I guess, each of you were going to play one of each other's songs for a start. So they did a version of All Set to Go, and you did This Is the Norm. Was This Is the Norm a song you'd always liked, that you'd played yourselves live, or you just learned it there and then on the spot? Well, they wanted you to do it.
No, we wanted to do that one. We had a choice of a couple, and that one was the easiest to learn.
Yeah, Blackie already picked up the guitar bit, and they did All Set to Go because there was only 2 chords in the song, so it was easy to pick up.
So neither of you had actually played each other's songs in any of your live sets on the tour that you did together?
No.
Yeah.
They wanted us to play This Is the Norm, but like, our drummer couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He kept forgetting it.
We played those songs in the studio, and that was it. That's all we've ever played.
So you haven't introduced any Stupid songs into your live performance?
No.
And they haven't played any of yours?
No.
But you did have a good time together. There's a lot of similarities with the bands, weren't there, really? I mean, both 3-piece bands each have a drummer who can sing, and, you know...
Both have black people in the band.
I guess that's a common link too. The whole idea of getting in the studios together and, you know, getting down a souvenir record, I mean, it was a good idea, and the whole thing is done incredibly well, hasn't it? I mean, the record is selling enormous amounts, isn't it? There's no cheese, 10-inch.
Yeah, we're pretty surprised. I mean, because it was done so long ago, and, you know, when you let a record just sit there, you get sick of it. You know, just sitting on the shelf. Now that it's finally out, for us, it's no big deal. But I'm really happy it's selling well.
Did you have a good time when you were on tour with them?
Yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
They seemed to enjoy themselves. That was their first visit to Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But you played with them when you were overseas last time too, didn't you?
Yeah, we did a few shows with them around England and Wales, I think.
No, we didn't play with them in Wales.
Wales?
We played with the Abs in Wales.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Who in Wales?
We played with a band called the Abs in Wales.
Yeah? Did they sing in Welsh?
Nah, but they had a song called...
They spoke it in Welsh.
Yeah.
The thickest accents you'd ever hear.
Yeah.
And what was their song they did? Because there's apparently, you know, quite a few bands that actually sing in Welsh now, just for the sake of not singing in English. You know, just because there's a big sort of Welsh separatist movement happening.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think they
weren't into sort of killing the British.
No, these guys are just drunks.
Yeah, they're just soccer fans who were hell bent on being drunk. That's all they were.
So you went to Wales and you played with the Stupids in England. Where else did you go on that tour? You went to America as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we did New York and Boston, Chicago and a few places. And we went all through Europe except for didn't make it to Italy or Greece.
Or Spain or Denmark or Finland.
But we did all
or
the others.
Austria or Yugoslavia.
Well,
but we went everywhere else.
We didn't go to Egypt either.
Yeah.
So did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was good.
It was quite a long time you were away, wasn't it? It must have been a bit hard for you, or did you really basically just enjoy being on the road and away from Australia?
Just loved it.
Yeah. It was only 4.5 months.
Yeah, it wasn't really that long.
It wasn't long. We were planned it for 7, but we were there for 4.5.
And how often were you playing? I mean, was it a busy sort of tour, or were you spending a lot of time sightseeing?
In Europe, it was really busy. Like, played at least 4 nights out of 7.
Yeah, or 5 out of 7.
I mean, we did things like we went to Paris, and all we had was like, half an hour to see Eiffel Tower and things like that, because you had to like rush to the next gig and stuff.
Yeah, that was real funny. We finally got time to see the Eiffel Tower, and we had to leave because we were playing a gig in Belgium. So
That same day.
yeah, so we saw the Eiffel Tower, and there was a really long queue to go up to the top. So we saw it, and then we saw it, and bought some postcards and took photos, and drove all the way to Belgium, and still didn't get time to see the support bands and stuff.
Well, the countries are so close together in Europe, aren't they? You can basically play in a different country, well, 2 different countries each day, couldn't you, if you were well enough organised? Well,
not that much.
Belgium, though.
Yeah. Belgium's a small country, though.
Yeah.
I suppose you guys are facing quite a bit of overseas playing, aren't you? I mean, you're going to go back again later this year. I noticed that on this record that you've got a version of the AC/DC song, Walk All Over You. I mean, how much do you look at sort of the career of AC/DC and see that might have to be what you guys have to do?
We don't.
You don't?
No.
Because, I mean, they were a band that was sort of in a similar situation to you in a lot of ways, in that they couldn't get airplay in Australia, and they went off and they toured around the world just relentlessly for, whatever it was, 4 or 5 years, until, there was enough people out there who knew about their music and bought their records to make them sort of, hugely successful across the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you considered that as a possibility, going off and just touring the world for
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
That's what we plan on doing.
We don't see it in that way, though. We just see it like, as long as the band's together, let's get the most out of it.
Yeah.
And like going overseas is just the best fun imaginable. So, I mean, while we can do it, we want to do it.
Would you do the same thing if you were getting lots of airplay for your records here in Australia?
Yeah.
I don't think it would make much difference.
Going overseas is the ultimate experience for a band like us, So we'd go no matter what. We plan on going to America and Europe once a year.
If we can, yeah.
And this year we plan on going to New Zealand too. And we hope to one day in the future maybe go to Japan even, That's not totally out of the question either.
No, I imagine it's not. I mean, I can see the band being really big in Japan.
Because I'm in the band, yeah.
But I can see the band being big in Australia, but, like at the moment it's going to take, a little bit of changing attitudes in some of the other radio stations before we see that actually happen.
It doesn't really matter for us, because like no matter how much airplay we get the same amount of crowds and sell, records and stuff.
But do you reckon you could sell out the entertainment centre right now?
No.
But, I mean, that sort of thing might happen if you had, high rotation on, light and easy. Well, look, the growing old...
That's a bit too scary to think about.
Yeah, I know. Well, growing old, I was just going to play this one, actually, before we hear your version of Walk All Over You, the B-side of your new single, and mainly because it's so slow. I thought it might be a good contrast to some of the other music we're going to hear over the next little half hour or so. Do you want to give us some sort of background to this song? I mean, the sound of it is amazing. Did you do anything particularly special in the studio to make it? I mean, I guess if you're going to have a slow song and you still want it to be sort of, impressive, then you've got to have some sort of real grit in the recording, in the sound of it. And this one, it sounds incredible. What did you do? Just plug all the instruments straight into the desk?
We just went to a really good studio.
Yeah, spent extra money.
Yeah, that was a really good studio. It's
always...
The 301 EMI.
We've always recorded the same way. It's just we had a bit of extra money this time, so I thought...
Yeah, instead of going to the sound barrier, we went to EMI. And the price jump is really big, but it was worth it.
Should we have a listen to it then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the Stupids are much better than the Hard Ons, and it's more of a Stupids record than the Hard Ons.
I am the cutest one.
No.
He's also. I am the cutest one in the fucking band.
Oi, fucking pommy, can't get out of it. Mama go Pakistan.
What did he say? What did he say? Get him out of here.
He was rubbing on the nose of...
Ellen, water.
Fuck off.
That's a fair food.
Anyone for cricket?
You sure you're ready?
Positive.
Hey, so what happened there? The you seem to fade that one down, faded away.
I'll talk about it.
Okay. And that little one, Nuff, another traditional piece, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Pittman played lead guitar.
Hey, so the two tracks you played there, Walk All Over You, AC/DC, and CID from the UK subs. Earlier on, of course, you played This Is the Norm, the Stupids, but I'm interested in knowing what sort of music you listened to when you were first starting the band, which I understand you're approaching some sort of anniversary soon. What sort of music were you listening to before you started writing your own? Did you listen to UK subs? That song CID, was it one that you or have always liked and could always play?
Yeah, we used to play it like when we first started. It was one of the first songs we picked up. Used to be a party favourite.
Yeah.
Down at Punchbowl.
And other punk bands like Partisans and Buzzcocks and Ramones.
Yeah, and Saints and Birdman. Just like a whole heap of 77 stuff.
Yeah.
And like early Black Flag when they started. Bad Religion.
And did AC/DC fall into that category?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they go before that. They go back way before we even discovered punk.
So do you think of them as a punk band?
AC/DC.
In a way, yeah, but where we come from, Punchbowl, you know, like they were a real big band over there and everybody liked them. And me and Blackie and Kesh, we all liked AC/DC before, you know, we discovered punk.
So there's all these strange things these days about, you know, thrash and metal and speed metal and, you know, skate metal and all these sort of definitions. I mean...
Yeah, and the worst one of a lot, straight edge.
Straight edge.
Yeah.
Emo-core. Emo-core from DC.
Wankcore.
So you guys basically, I mean, how much music do you listen to of other bands these days? Are you sort of past that? Do you still get enjoyment from listening to other people's records?
Oh, yeah, constantly.
Yeah. Blackie, I noticed you've got a Descendants t-shirt on. Do you sort of spit on it?
Spider-Man.
What's yours, Ray?
Spider-Man.
Oh, I've done a few good tunes himself, hasn't he? The Descendants, you like the Descendants?
Yeah, love them.
You still, I mean, you formed a band really so you could make your own music, or did you really initially form the band to try and recreate the sort of music that you'd enjoyed from other people?
Well, just basically, like, we just loved it so much that we wanted to do it. Like, I don't know, it was just something we had to do.
Yeah.
Like, we were possessed.
And you always intended writing songs?
Oh, yeah.
You started like other bands, I guess, doing, you know, cover versions. But
Yeah. Like our first.
No, not really. When we first started, like, we just tried to make up tunes because we, like, couldn't pick up other people's songs that well. think the only song we picked up was the Stooges one, that one with 2 chords. 1970.
That was a pretty easy one, eh?
Yeah, that was Cinch.
So what anniversary are you up to?
Or 5th year.
5th?
Yeah, in August. No, July.
It's 5th, we played our first public gig in July 1984. So it's 5th anniversary is coming up.
And it's still just the 3 of you, you two and Kesh. I know there was a bit of a rumour went round town a few months ago that Kesh was...
it was no rumour.
Yeah,
it happened.
He actually left the band, yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
And then sort of came back. Like, did you get on your hands and... Oh, no, we won't get into personal politics here, but you got it. He's back, and the band is a 3-piece. Have you ever thought of adding a 4th member? Or you like the sort
We
of
did have a 4th member for a while. We had a bloke named Jay singing for us for a while, but that didn't really work out, so he left.
It was sort of fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
He was really self-destructive. It was really funny.
Yeah, he was a real wild man, but he didn't concentrate on things like rehearsal and getting the lyrics to the songs right and stuff like that. He was just like a party animal on stage.
Yeah, actually he used to only sing half the set anyway, and then he'd go off in a corner and just like be an
Smash
animal.
Chairs, yeah. Attack people and stuff.
How long ago was that?
That was we started playing in July. He joined the band in about August 1984, and he lasted about 12 gigs, and he left after that.
Now, what do you put this sort of longevity of the band? I mean, 5 years, 6 years is a pretty long time. Is it because the 3 of you have found a really good musical combination, or is it because you're really determined to make heaps of money, or...
No, I think it's just because, like, we've never stopped loving music and stuff. Like, I just feel same about it now than I did years ago. And just like, I don't know, we just love it.
So how long do you think you can keep doing it, coming up with new tunes and new words and still enjoying live playing? I mean, I guess as, you look at... I mean, who do you set yourselves... Do you look at anyone as being, hey, if we could still be doing it like the Rolling Stones, say, or like AC/DC? I mean, there aren't very many bands who have kept doing their own thing for a number of years, or do you see it only being sort of something that's going to last another 5 years, maybe?
Who knows?
Yeah, we don't really know. But the good thing is nothing's changed. All superficial things have changed. Like, for example, we don't have to turn up at 2 o'clock to lug for a band that we're supporting or anything. We sell more records, or we get to tour overseas and stuff like that, which we couldn't do before. But underneath all that, it's still the same thing. We're still doing exactly the same thing we did.
Yeah, we still practice once every 3 months and play the same type of gigs.
Yeah, and our attitudes are exactly the same,
I don't think the music's changed that much either. I mean, it might have, we can write better tunes.
Yeah, we're more
in the same vein.
We're tighter. We're tighter. We're better musicians, I suppose. But it's still, it's the same thing.
So far so good, eh?
Yeah, and the band's gone...
Forward.
Yeah, the band's gone forward all the time, so it's supported us, and if we stopped writing songs, or if we hit a brick wall and no one was coming to see us and we couldn't really support tours or anything like that, we would have stopped, I suppose. But it's always, we've always had heaps of, success at what we're doing.
So what's happening in the immediate future for the Hard Ons? I know you've recorded a new album. When are we likely to see that, and what's happening? You're going to play some more shows in Sydney soon, and then you're going overseas in the second half of the year. Is that roughly how things are going to pan out?
Yeah, there's 4 shows this weekend. Our album will be out hopefully April, May, and we want to go overseas again.
Okay,
we've got to go overseas again.
Yeah, that's in August, I think. We want to go around halfway through August. That's when we plan to leave and come back around December.
Okay, so between now and when did you say the album's going to be? April, maybe?
Late April, early May, something like that.
Well, until then, I guess there's the new single, Just Being With You, which seems to be getting a fair bit of flogging here on JJJ. First time for a while. Hey, but also there's no cheese.
Yeah, about time, yeah.
There's no cheese 10-inch.
We won't rub it in, will we?
The party record on yellow vinyl, which actually we're just going to finish with the Stupids version of your song, All Set to Go. What sort of fist do you think they made of this one?
What sort of what?
Fist. Did they do it well, do you reckon?
Yeah, it sounds okay.
Yeah, it sounds alright, but the way they play is a totally different style to us.
How do you mean?
Alright, they're different. They play different, you know. Like their bass player doesn't play all downstrokes like I do, you know.
There's a double kick.
Yeah, they use double kick and Tommy's voice.
Good.
Yeah, Tommy's voice is more growly. Kesh's voice is more melodic, and they play differently, you know. And Ed, the guitar player, does more chaka chaka guitar. Blackie does different sounding, you know. His guitar sounds different, and sounds alright, but
and
else is better.
Should we let Tommy introduce it, shall we?
No.
No, it's too late.
Shit.
Sorry. So yeah.
Blackie, will you suck my penis?